Hello and welcome to the marvellous show Game of Thrones. If you've never watched before, I'm your host Steve, and it's a reaction show to the Game of Thrones because I was in lockdown, never watched an episode, and thought why not, so now I'm absolutely hooked. And just to show you how addicted I am now, this is my new doormat. So on walking into the house, this is my new welcome mat. And this is my new coffee mug. Check this out, look. You know nothing, Jon Snow. So look, it's really cool actually because it changes the face because it's Jon Snow, and then when it gets hot it changes to the Stark emblem thing, the wolf. It's pretty cool. So if you like Game of Thrones, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be updated every time something comes along. And yeah, that's all that out of the way. So last week we watched episode 5 of season 5, Kill the Boy. Again, brilliant episode, loved it. So we started with Brienne and Pod. And they were speaking to this guy because I think they're in a house and it's near Winterfell. They can sort of see where Winterfell is from where they are. And they've spoken to this guy who's still sort of sympathetic to the Starks. And they've asked him to get a message to Sansa to let them know that they are still there and they're sort of waiting for her. I think that's kind of the thing that they were trying to get across. And in Winterfell itself, we saw Sansa and she had a sort of a lady in waiting kind of thing that was sort of doing stuff for her. And she also said that there are friends here for her, and if she's in real trouble to light a candle at the highest tower. Now I've got no idea what will happen when she does that because it's just all the Boltons are there, aren't they? So I don't quite know how she would get help. So whether that was the message for Brienne, I'm not sure. Do you know what? I wouldn't put it past Brienne just to charge straight in there and kill them all because she's an absolute... I love her to bits. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. And also Ramsay Bolton's sort of, don't know what she is really, is bit on the side. She took Sansa and introduced her to Reek, which obviously Sansa was absolutely shocked, and obviously Reek was so frightened that they'd sort of seen each other. There was also, she had a meal with her new family, and Ramsay thought it would be quite amusing to make Reek come in and serve the wine. It was such an awkward scene. It was horrible to watch. And then he made Reek apologise for killing her 2 brothers, which didn't actually happen. And I'm not sure if she knows the story behind that. I thought she'd have known by now. I don't know. I don't know how it works in Winterfell. I mean, I don't know how it works in Westeros, but how these messages go to and from. But I thought she would have known. And also at the meal, Roose Bolton announced that he was having a baby. Well, he's not having a baby, but they were having a baby. And also Ramsay, as soon as he heard that, you could see he got major tense, and he was instantly jealous. You could just tell. And again, that's a little bit worrying because I wouldn't put it past him to actually do something stupid. But he was put at ease, and he was told that his position is safe. So I think he's okay. And by the end of it, he was kind of on side again. So you know, he's still an arsehole. And on the wall, we saw Jon ask Maester Aemon, I think that's his name, some advice about what he should do about the sort of the wildling thing, and he just said to him, look, kill the boy, which is what the title was called, and sort of become the man. So he made a massive decision, Jon did, and he announced that he wants the wildlings to all come through safely. And not many people, I think only probably 2 people out of all of them actually were on his side on that. In fact, no, I think it was 1. I think it was just Sam, I think. I don't think any of the others were on his side on that. So he's starting to make these big decisions now, which is cool. The only way he could do it was by releasing Tormund, and that was quite a tense thing as well on that scene. But Tormund sort of said, look, he's not going to go and get all the wildlings unless Jon comes with him. So Jon's going north of the wall, not south, which I thought he was going to go south. So again, that's going to be quite interesting because hopefully it's just the 2 of them, because that'd be quite interesting. And I like my twosomes. And yeah, we'll have to see where that one goes. That's quite exciting. But Stannis basically hasn't waited. He's just now left to attack Winterfell. So we're going to be getting a battle. It will definitely be this season, I imagine, in the next couple of episodes. In fact, if we're on episode 6 now, it'll probably be episode 9, I imagine, because that's always the big one, isn't it? So that'll be quite cool. And we saw Stannis question Sam about how he killed the White Walker, and Sam told him that he used obsidian. So now Stannis has got his thinking cap on, and I suggested at the time that perhaps they could make all the arrows and stuff out of obsidian, which would be quite cool. So let's see if that would work. Oh, Indy, you stink! And we found out that Grey Worm is still alive, thankfully, but unfortunately Barristan actually died. I thought he had. It's a real shame because I thought his character was brilliant. And yeah, so Grey Worm's alive, and they finally had the kiss with Missandre. I think that's her name, Missandre. So that's cute. Those two are really cute together. So I hope that kind of blossoms into something, hopefully. But yeah, he's still alive and hopefully on the road to recovery. And Daenerys, as I thought, completely lost her shit about everything. Got all the heads of all the families, took them down into the catacombs where the two dragons are, and basically made them walk forward and keep walking forward. And there's such a scary, amazing scene. It's when one of the dragons just came out of the complete dark and you just saw the eyes and the mouth. It was absolutely brilliant. I loved it. And he torched the poor first guy who was on his knees. They ate him. And then she didn't keep pushing them. She said, right, take them back away and we'll do it again tomorrow. So she was really, really losing the plot a little bit with that. And then later on we saw, I think Daenerys had time to think. She'd had a chat to Missandre. That's another one I can't pronounce. Who had not advised her, but I think just planted something in her head. And I think she kind of chilled out a little bit. And she went up to his Dara and he was thinking that was it. He thought he was about to get killed. And instead she said, right, I've agreed to bring the fighting pits back under certain conditions, and I'm going to marry you. It's just like, what? You must have thought, what's happened? So yeah, so that's going to be very, very interesting to see how that one pans out. Yeah, not sure on that at all. It was a bit more, very, very random, that one. And we saw Tyrion and Jorah take a shortcut through Valyria. The reason they did that was because apparently the pirates and stuff that are too scared to go that way. And as you went through the gates, you saw it was a kind of an ancient civilization, all these huge buildings and everything. I'm wondering if the series that they're doing now, the prequels, will feature that place. So that would be quite cool to see that. So as they're sailing through, a dragon went through. Now that confused me a bit. I didn't know if that was Drogon, that big dragon. It didn't look like it. So are there other dragons there then? Because apparently they were the only three. So that's quite interesting. It's interesting seeing Tyrion's face as well, because obviously dragons in King's Landing are more of an ancient kind of legend rather than actually happening now. So he was in absolute shock because he saw this dragon fly over, which was brilliant. So as they're sailing through, they get jumped by these men, and when Jorah said, oh, it's stone men, I was like, I stupidly didn't think, and I thought they were men made of stone. I'm like, oh, come on. But no, obviously they've got that grayscale disease, and Tyrion nearly drowned because his hands were still tied and he fell into the water. And in the next clip he's been dragged onto shore by Jorah. The boat's gone, so now they've got to walk. And Jorah was quite sort of insistent to Tyrion to say, have you been touched by any of them? Because apparently they only need to touch you and it spreads the grayscale. And Tyrion said, no one touched me. Actually, I thought someone did grab him when he was under the water, but perhaps that doesn't count, I don't know. But we see Jorah walk off and he sort of lifts his sleeve up and he's got the start of grayscale on his arm. But there is a cure for it, obviously, because we saw that with Stannis, that he went and found a cure. So there must be a cure for it, because it's going to be a horrible. I think we're going to gradually see it spread over Jorah, I think, which is horrible. And that means he won't be able to touch Tyrion the whole time he's with him either, which is it's going to be a bit of a strange one. But yeah, so that was basically that episode. And so yeah, let's crack on with episode 6, which is Unbowed, Unbent and Unbroken. I've got no idea what that's about. It could pretty much be any of the storylines at the moment. So yeah, let's just crack on with it. Episode 6, Season 5. See you soon.
There are no men like me.
Oh, back to Arya again, wiping the bodies down. So is it like a chapel of rest or something? Is that what it is? I don't really understand why they're doing what they're doing.
What are they doing with the bodies? Get back to work.
No! I've been here for weeks. I'm not scrubbing one more corpse until you tell me why I'm doing it.
Who are you?
No one.
Get back to work.
Well, who are you?
I'm from Westeros. Just like you. Daughter of a lord, just like you. My father remarried and his new wife gave birth to a girl. My stepmother didn't want any rivals for her precious daughter, so she tried to kill me with poison. Was that true? Or a lie?
What?
Did you believe every word?
Who are you?
I'm the youngest daughter of a great lord. Eddard Stark. He died in battle.
A lie.
An outlaw kidnapped me, a man called Polliver. He begged me to kill him, but I wouldn't. I left him in the mountains to die. I wanted him to suffer. I hated him.
Does she truly want to be no one?
Yes.
Ouch.
I sailed from King's Landing to Pentos in a crate, without ever saying a word.
Why?
I killed my father. He wanted to execute me for a crime I didn't commit.
What do you know about my father?
I met him. I visited the wall. We shall never see his like again.
Oops.
Oh. You didn't know?
Oh, God, Tyrion.
I'm sorry. I am.
How?
He was leading an expedition beyond the wall. There was a mutiny. He was murdered by his own men.
Do you know what? I didn't know that was his father. God, it's a child.
She suffers every day of her life. I just want it to end.
What are you doing? What are you doing? This is a test. And she's about to cock it up.
It hurts.
She's not qualified to do that.
I was dying, so he brought me here, and I drank the water from his fountain. It healed me.
No, no, no.
You don't want to hurt anymore. Drink.
She can't do that. I thought it was some sort of test. What's that? The actual body? Are they the bodies or just the faces? Oh God.
Is the girl ready to give up her ears, her nose, her tongue? That girl is not ready to become no one.
I swear to God if those eyes open.
Ready to become someone else.
She's the rightful heir.
Why? Because her father, who burned living men for amusement, was the king?
It's a slave ship.
Why are they anchored?
They probably...
Touching him. Oops.
What about the dwarf? Cut his throat.
Wait! Let's discuss this!
And then chop off his cock. It will be a dwarf-sized cock.
Guess again. You are looking at one of the great warriors in the Seven Kingdoms. Sure, he's a bit long in the tooth, a bit withered. Been in the sun too long. We can all see that. But he is a veteran of 100 battles. They wrote songs about him.
The men who fight in the pits of Marine will swallow him whole.
I killed a Dothraki blood rider in single combat. He was blood rider to Khal Drogo.
Weird how things work out, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Is he back at King's Landing?
Lord Baelish.
Oh God, he is.
And set the godless on the run.
Well done. We both peddle fantasies, Brother Lancel. Mine just happened to be entertaining.
I do like Littlefinger, I can't help it. I know he's an arsehole, but oh.
Do you think it's wise, Your Grace, arresting the heir to Highgarden?
The Faith arrested the heir to Highgarden.
Of course. And the Faith were armed on your orders.
The King's orders.
Lysa was a good woman. A kind woman.
She was neither of those things, we both know it.
But I have found Sansa Stark.
What?
Alive and well and home again. Living at Winterfell.
That's not possible.
Double crosser!
They tell me Roose Bolton plans to marry her to his son, Ramsay.
We were fools to trust a turncloak.
Marrying his son to the last of the Starks gives him more legitimacy in the north than an alliance with a hated southern house.
I will skin him and his bastard like that wretch on their bloody sigil.
Let Stannis and Roose battle. Let the enemies of the throne slaughter each other, and when they're done, seize Winterfell from whichever thief survives. The Knights of the Vale are some of the best fighters in Westeros, trained to battle in the ice and the snow.
And if you succeed?
Name me Warden of the North. I'll not rest until the lion flies over Winterfell.
And I'll know you're a man of your word when I see Sansa Stark's head on a spike.
I live to serve.
I want you to be my wife. You are going to be my wife. I
I'm going to be your husband.
A Lannister and a Martell. They have no idea how dangerous that is. We must protect them.
Unbowed, unbent, unbroken.
Thank you.